Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel. We talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. All right, y'all, so it is Tuesday. It is back on the grind, time for work. We had our long extended weekend and it is back to work, y'all. I mean, I'm sure y'all know this, right? But I really wanted to do a quick video just to talk to you guys about this thought that I had today. I woke up, thank you God, and did my morning prayer, my meditations, my journaling, and all that good stuff. Currently reading As a Man Thinketh. I started that last night before I went to bed, and so I'm super excited to dive into that book. And so, I woke up this morning and I thought about this concept of how, I think we're taught, especially if you're from a certain religion or just any religion, to just, constantly pray, right? Pray for what you want, ask God for what you want. And that is like without even a question. But I really wanted to remind us that, like, along with those prayers, we have to be willing and ready to put in the work, right? The Bible talks about faith without works is dead. And that used to be one of my favorite sayings. I said that all the time. And I haven't said it a lot recently, but I'm going to get back to saying that because I think that people can forget about that. Like, if there's any goal or any desire that you have and any vision that God is giving you, any assignment that you have, yes, you're going to pray. You're going to pray for patience, which I don't pray for because, baby, God will give you patience. All right. I'm good. Don't do that. That's another way to ask. Yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ask God for patience, He's going to give you some patience. He's going to teach you how to be patient. And I learned my lesson years ago about that. Comment in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. But pray for direction. Pray for discernment. Pray for knowledge, wisdom, understanding, guidance, all of those things. You're going to pray for all those things. So definitely, right? And that's going to help you get closer to that goal or whatever that God has called you to. But you also have to be willing to put in the work, right? I think that this is a pet peeve of mine, I'm going to be honest. Like, so many people will have all the resources that they need. They will have the support that they need from, praying and saying, God, I need this. Can you send this person to help me? Can you give me this? And you have everything you need, but the only thing that you're missing is that grit, that willingness and ability to actually implement that, right? So many people read books all day long. They study, and get certifications. They get more education. They watch YouTube all day on how to invest or how to save and how to budget. They do all of the things and they pray about it, but they never actually implement it. They never actually do the work. And so I really want to encourage you today to take that next step, right? Whatever it is that you're working toward, be willing and ready to put in that work. If God has called you to that, you're going to get everything you need to do it. But you have to take that next step. There's no spooky thing that's going to happen where, you're just praying for this thing or this, whatever it is that you want, right? And all of a sudden it's just going to happen for you. No, that's not how this works. I'm sorry to break it down to you like that way, but I have to just tell you the truth. But it's not going to happen that way. Like, you have to be willing to put in that work. And I'll give you a couple examples of how this is playing out in my life. So let me see. For example, this weekend, one of the things I wanted to do, or this week, for example, is I want to hit 2,000 watch time hours so that I can be officially halfway to monetization by the end of May. That was the goal for me. So if you notice, I don't know if you've been following me, but I have been doing videos pretty much every day. I'm also a healthcare manager. I've also been teaching. I'm also a mom. I also have so many different things. I'm also someone who lives with autoimmune disease, but I've still been creating content every day. I don't care if it's after work and I got to pull over at the gas station and shoot it and film a quick video about what's on my mind and a thought that I want to share with my audience. I'm still doing that, and I'm still like doing, I don't edit my videos too much, but like still making sure it gets uploaded and the hashtags. Like, there's still work that has to be done to those videos, right? And so I can say, hey, I want to hit 2,000 watch time hours, but what work am I putting in behind the scenes or in connection with that prayer and that thought and that idea to actually bring it to life, right? It takes work and effort. You cannot just say, I want to do this thing and then just leave it alone. No, you have to actually take some aligned action and some aligned steps, work, aka work, to really make it happen. I said I wanted to get a PhD. I had to do the work. I had to write the dissertation, take all the classes, do internships at the doctoral level, practicum. Like, I had to do all of this work. I said I wanted to go into management. You know, I have taken leadership trainings. I had to actually interview and get the role. Like, there's so many things that you have to do to actually get the thing that you say you want and that you're praying for. And so I just encourage you that whatever it is that you're looking for and that you're desiring and you're praying for, figure out what steps you need to take, though, to actually bring that to life, right? Because I think that's the step that's missing for so many people. We want these things. If you say you want to be a multimillionaire, what are you doing right now, though, to actually do that? Like, what are you doing? Like, seriously, and I'm just gonna be in your face right now. What are you actually doing right now that's taking you closer to that goal? Are you managing the money that you have? Like, or do you have a budget? Literally, do you have a budget to actually save, invest, to actually get you to that goal? Or are you just praying for it and hoping that somehow you're going to become a millionaire? Are you working an extra? Do you have an additional stream of income that's going to, allow you to use your full-time job or whatever to pay your bills, and then use that additional stream of income to actually put toward investing and saving and paying off debt? Like, what are you actually doing? This week, the other thing I wanted to share, this week so grateful. I am actually going to be maxing out my Roth for the second year ever. And if you watch my videos, you'll see that there's actually a surprise because it shifted a little bit. But I'm excited about that because when I get paid on Friday, my next paycheck, I will be contributing the final contribution to max out my Roth for the second year total. That means that's over $14,000 invested, y'all, for the second year. And honestly, at one point I didn't even know what a Roth IRA was. You know what I'm saying? But for the second year, I have, 2024, I put $7,000 in my Roth. In 2025, not even 6 months in, technically, I'm going to be putting $7,000 in my Roth. That's over $14,000 invested. Well, it's $14,000 invested, but with the interest and all that kind of stuff. So, but guess what, y'all? What did it take for me to do that? That meant that I had to budget. I had to cut out stuff that I don't really need. I had to sacrifice. I had to work every day. Like, let's be for real, I have to work. I've been working multiple jobs. I work as a healthcare manager, but I also have been teaching. So that meant getting up early mornings for my management role, but also late evenings for my teaching role. All of those things in order to actually have that extra income to actually be able to invest and put into my Roth. So again, yes, I prayed for this. Yes, it was a desire. It's something I know that God has called me to do because I am called to be a multimillionaire and the first millionaire in my family. But I had to put in the work. It didn't just come out of nowhere. Nobody gave this to me. I had to put in the work. So again, I'm always going to use myself as a case study and as an example because this is my journey and I'm documenting it. But it applies to you too. What is it that you say you want? What do you feel God has called you to do? And then what steps do you need to take consistently every day to actually bring that to life? You can have it. There's nothing off limits to you. There's nothing too good for you or not good enough for you or whatever, right? Like, you can have that thing, but you have to be willing to pray, but also put in that work too. It's really that simple. All right, y'all, that's what I got for you today. I hope you like this video. If you like it, like the video, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time.